Alrighty, so the Vision Becomes Reality Forzathon event is now active, and I just want to quick show you me completing these challenges, and also talk about the first and the fourth challenge a little bit, because unfortunately, it didn't quite work out as I was hoping it would. So, just so everyone knows, in case anyone was unaware, this event ends on Wednesday, October 25th. It is an extended event, and I already have it completed here on the start day, October 20th, so the first thing I wanted to say is that originally I was thinking that if we create a bucket list that uses a speed trap, because the fourth challenge is to 3-star a speed trap, I figured if we 3-starred it while doing this bucket list that it would count for both challenges and they would both complete. It was something I've never done before, but it was just a thought or an idea that I had. I was like, you know what, maybe this will work. So I did mention it in my Forzathon guide, but I told you it might not work, so you might have to go back and actually complete the speed trap separately. But the thing was, not only did that not work, but generally when you create a bucket list, even if the Forzathon challenge says to complete a bucket list, usually I'll just go and create one, and when I create it, that will actually count as completing it. But this challenge says to create a bucket list challenge in a Porsche, and for some reason it actually forces you to go back and actually attempt the bucket list that you created. So you pretty much have to just run it twice, and you can do anything you want because the speed trap part doesn't work. But I highly recommend going to a blueprint point that is very close to a speed trap, kind of like what I did right here, because like I said, the speed trap challenge, the fourth challenge in this event, will not pop up with the create a bucket list challenge, even if you use one of the speed cameras. So the nice thing about it was, once I realized that the fourth challenge was not going to work, and that challenge achievement didn't pop up, all I had to do was just turn around and drive right to that speed trap and go and 3-star it. I was in my Porsche already, because pretty much all the challenges in this Forzathon event require you to be in a Porsche, so I stayed in my 918 Spider, I turned around and I went right to the speed trap and 3-starred it. So unfortunately my idea, it didn't work. I was hoping it would, because obviously that's a 2-for-1 once again. But just so everyone knows, I just want to make it clear, you will have to do those challenges separately, because as you saw right here, I tried it. I actually tried it multiple times just to see if maybe it was the car or something like that, but then I realized it was not that I was using this car, because this car is Forzathon exclusive, the Porsche 918, and there have been some weird glitches like that in the past, but that's not the case, that's not the issue. You just actually have to go back and attempt it after you create it, and then you're also going to have to do the speed trap separately. So that was the only thing that I needed to mention that was a little bit confusing, probably from my Forzathon guide, in case anyone tried to attempt it exactly like I did it there in my guide. But the other two challenges went just as planned. I mean, I stayed in my Porsche 918 Spider, I went and did some head-to-head races, challenged some drivatars, and you know what? This race right here, this particular head-to-head, I actually was able to get 2 show-off skills in this one race, which is pretty cool. They're not super easy to do. I wasn't really expecting to get 2 in one race, and I think it took me 5 or 6 head-to-head races to get all of the 5 show-off skills, because sometimes, you know, it just doesn't work out. You either mess up your drift, or you can't pass the person, or there's traffic, whatever the case might be. So I had a nice little maneuver right here, and I was able to get 2 show-off skills. So in case anyone was unaware, to this point, a drift or an e-drift skill, and then a pass skill. That's how you get the show-off skill, and you can have other skills in between, like you can do a drift and then a wreckage and then a pass skill, but they have to be pretty close together. You can't get a drift skill and then 30 seconds later get the pass skill. So that's pretty much all you gotta know for this event. This Forzathon event is complete, so I'm out.